This is the Mastercut CBS 310, a great little saw for the engineering shops or fabricators who just want to do a few cuts every day and have a saw in-house to be able to do that. Now, to take you through a few features on the machine, over here, this is what locks your base from moving. So this is a double miter cutting machine. You can do 60-degree one way and 45-degree is in the opposing angle. So that just locks it in there. So when you're cutting, it's not going to move. You've got a front gauge on the machine, which is supplied as standard. Now you've got, as you can see, there's a ruler there, plus you've got that stop over there. So when you're cutting multiple pieces at the same length, you don't want to be measuring every time. You just set that up, push the material through, hit the stop, and off you go. So you got an accurate length indicator every time. Now, these machines are available in 3-phase and also in single phase. So you've got a choice if you're a home handyman or you've got your business at home and you've only got single phase to run, you can have it in single phase as well. With the control panel, very simple to use. You've got, on the 3-phase machines, you've got 2 speed. On the single phase machine, it is just 1 speed of the blade. Over here, you can see the hand with a trigger over there. This machine has the ability to be used similar to what a cold saw is. So over there, here's your handle with the trigger. What you do is you set your down speed, you hit the trigger and you pull it through the job. So it gives you a little bit more control over the cuts if you like that way that a cold saw operates. That's your cylinder. Now you can see there's a little handle over there that opens and closes your cylinder, and then the knob at the top here, what that does is that controls your down speed. So you open that up, it goes faster, you close it up, it goes slower. You've also got a limit switch over there. So what that does is at bottom of the stroke, that'll hit the limit switch and switch the machine off, so the machine's just not constantly running after it's finished the cut. Now, where you've got your cutting area, you can see that there in the base, you've got all these slots. Now that's all predefined angles, which are most commonly used. But if you're doing angles that will cut into the plate, it's a sacrificial plate. You can see all those bolts there. That can be changed once it needs to be. The machine has coolant, so you can see the hoses running there. You've got coolant running on the blade at that point, and coolant running on the blade at that point as well. Now, with this machine down there, that is your blade cleaning brush. So what that does is, as it's cutting, the swarf then gets pushed through, and that will push the swarf down so it doesn't run around and track around the blade. Now walking around the back of the machine, that over there is a hand wheel to tension the blade. So when you're changing a blade, you take that, loosen that off. You've got a gauge there. It tells you what tension it needs to be. So obviously green is good, red is bad, orange you don't want to be in there. So when you get into the green, you know that your blade is pre-tensioned correctly. And that over there, that little switch there, if the blade is not tensioned correctly, that switch is going to stop the machine from working. It's just a safety, because if the blade is too loose, it can pop off and hurt someone. Your vise at the back, you can see it's quite a rigid vise. That over there, that's hand wheel. That moves your vise in and out. Now you can imagine with that, the amount of tension that you can put on there is limited. So that lever over there, what that does is that puts extra bit of tension in to hold the job in place so it doesn't move. Because if the job moves, you're going to just damage your blade. That over there That attaches to the back where the vise is. So you put that up, you've got the wheel, that over the roller, that you put the material on there, and that guards it into the vise. And where you see those two holes over there, that's where it bolts onto. You can see the vise is directly above it, and then you just wheel your material in there. On the back of the machine, you've got a safety switch that's connected to the cover, so when you take the cover off and you do a blade change, if you don't have it back on, it's not going to allow the machine to be started. Another safety feature that's required on the machine. So that's the CBS 310. Actually, something that I didn't mention is capacity here at 90 degrees is 250 diameter, square 240 by 240, and rectangular 310 by 240. Now, the capacity is a very good size, but also price point on this machine is fantastic. It's very, very well priced. And you can see we've got a lot of them in stock. So yeah, that's the 310.